my god. I was holding that in for a while. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tweaking Craig Fan Art Haven. This is Beefy Pasta here, and today we're reading some of the shittiest creepypastas I've ever found because I have completely nothing to do. This one is called Luigi's Big Suicide, which by the title you can tell it's going to be a real gem. One day I was digging through some old games, then I found Luigi's Mansion and a GameCube with it. Period, no space. Oh my god. I immediately hooked my GameCube up, put the disc in, and was ready to play it. There was no commas in that sentence. Period, no space again. But when the title screen showed up, it just showed foreign language. I selected the file, but then a cutscene played. In the cutscene, Luigi was sitting on the couch in the parlor. Then as Luigi pulled out a Swiss Army knife, then the screen began to flicker, then Luigi stuck the knife in his eye. There I was watching Luigi scream in pain. Well, you just stabbed yourself in the eye, so... Then I finally got to play. I took Luigi to the washroom. When Luigi opened the door, I saw Toad's hung body. I examined his body. Then the screen turned to blood red static. I walked back to the foyer. There was a large bloody knife hanging from the chandelier. I saw a floating Toad. Then he hit the knife. His head fell off of his head. The body was hanging from the knife, and his head was on the ground with dark red blood squirting out. Kinky. Period, no space. Then the screen faded to black. Period, no space. I reset the console. Then the title said, quote, or no space, quote, space, your, wrong your, capital dead, quotation, period, no space. I went to the file select screen and went to file select screen. I went to file 1, then a text box appeared saying, capital, you will die soon. I was scared to see what will happen next. Period, no space. Luigi was lying dead, torn apart with the poltergeist beside him in the middle of the foyer, his head laying by the hallway door, his arms by the stairs, his torso cut up with his organs under his torso, his legs by the entrance door. A text box said, capitalized, you're wrong, you're next. I smashed the GameCube and burned it and sold Luigi's Mansion at a garage sale. Okay. Categories are deletion log, refugees, Mario, pasta trying to be good when it sucks enough to be a troll, cliche madness, wall of text, Luigi's Mansion, you're next, and one of my favorite categories, delusional retard who should be in an asylum. Yeah. This is the weirdest thing that I've read. I'm speechless. On to the next story. Alright, this one's a real gem. This is called Arthur Lost Episode, Arthur's Suicide. Oh, what an original title. Introduction. Hi, XX Can't 99XX here again to bring you my next creepypasta. Now, I did say in the comments that I was going to do one about Bobby is poopy. Oh, Jesus. But I could not get the starting right, and it just didn't work out. I wasn't... You know what? If you don't know who Bobby is poopy is, he's a user on this stupid, outdated website called GoAnimate. It's like you animate videos. It's really obscure. It's so basically he was this like little kid who had a great sense of humor. I'm being sarcastic there. So he'd record videos of himself pooping on other users, animated. This is animated, so it's like it's oh Jesus, just don't give him any more attention. But I could not get the starting right, and it just didn't work out. Oh, really? A Go Animate creepypasta that didn't work out? You know what? The words Go Animate and creepypasta should not be merged together at all. I wasn't really a fan of Arthur, but now after the incident, I hate Arthur now. I rushed this a bit due to my schedule, but hopefully you won't hate too much. So I bring you, Arthur's suicide. So without further ado, let the pasta begin. Actually, fun fact, I actually met the guy who made Arthur and at a convention with R.L. Stein, and I got a book signed, and let's just get to the story. The story. I was with my brother and I was bored, so he made me watch Arthur, and I said, "Do I have to?" He said, "You must." Oh, damn it! I should have done voices, but It was boring, and when the Capital theme song came up, it was normal. But I saw this image flash quickly, and I could barely make out what it was. Because we used to love Arthur as kids, the good thing it is still on TV. But we never got we never got to see the new episodes because we got to new things like Dora the Explorer, SpongeBob, and Thomas the Tank Engine. I asked my brother if he saw it, and he said, "No, are you having hallucinations?" I said, "No, this is serious!" in all caps. New paragraph. I continued to watch it, and the title screen was grayscale, and the title said Arthur's Suicide. Original. The episode. It was a sunny day. Arthur and Francine were practicing for a baseball tournament. Then Muffy was hanging out with Binky. I have no idea who these characters are. After that, the episode Skyped to the next day. It wasn't very pleasant because Binky was murdering people with a knife for no reason. Muffy was dead, Sue Ellen was dead, and a lot more were killed. Was this written by JC the Hyena? My brother left the room crying. The students entered the class. This was one of the most horrible parts of the story. There was a very loud scream, and I was really scared when that happened. Everyone was shocked to find a dead child. No. I'm not reading that. That's disgusting. It's poorly written, which makes it gross, more gross, because of how tasteless this author is. Then the Capitol Police came to investigate the scene of the murder. After that, the episode skips to Arthur playing in his baseball tournament. The scene was weird, as everyone had bleeding eyes. Original concept. Arthur was batting when the bowler... don't you mean pitcher? Threw the ball straight at him. He got 3 strikes, and he got striked out. It skipped to the end of the match, where he tried to catch the ball. The batter scored a home run, and the score was 18-0. The Elwood City team blamed everything on Arthur. When Arthur got home, the scene was a flashback of all that had happened. And then he heard voices saying, "Do it, Arthur. It was all your fault. Kill yourself." The final frame was Arthur lying on his bed dead with blood dripping out of his heart. And then I turned off the TV. Original story. 10 out of 10. Unfortunately, there's more torture I have to go through because there's an epilogue. Epilogue. I turned the TV back on and there was a message saying, "This is your future." Futures in caps. ... After that, I got really scared and contacted is in caps PBS Kids to warn them about the episode. They said, "How could this be possible?" I don't know who made this episode, but it definitely wasn't us. A few weeks later, they replied, "We still haven't found the maker of the episode, but we're sure it's the same maker as Squidward's suicide." Ugh. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Don't mention other creepypastas or the word creepypasta in a creepypasta. It makes the story 10 times worse than it already is. It's not an excuse for you to rip off Squidward's suicide. Squidward's suicide is a bad story enough, but this is horse shit. At that time, I checked on my brother. He was still crying, and he said, "I never want to watch." He said, not in quotation marks. I never want to watch. I never want to watch Arthur again. So I said, same as me, but it shouldn't happen again. Well, this is the end of my story, and I have nothing else to say. And since up to 2014, I never watched all the episodes of Arthur again. So, the next time you come across this episode... what do you mean next time? Don't watch it! Watch other things! It's for your own good! Whoa! This next pile of shit is called Wow Wow Wubsy Lost Episode. Ah, man, this is gonna be a lost episode bonanza. Man, I can't wait till some weird shit.
More hyper-realistic blood.
Alright, since this story was obviously written by a child, I'm going to read it in my child voice. I hope you enjoy. I used to like this show, but I am never watching it again. Enjoy my story. It all started when I was woke up in the... I can't. It all started when I was woke up in the middle of the night by the Wow Wow Wubsy theme song. I turned off my TV before I went to sleep, but I did not care. I was not tired, so I watched Wow Wow Wubsy. I'd rather go to sleep. At first, the theme song was normal and stuff, comma, no space, but when it says wow, wow, wow at the end of the theme, it repeated about 8 times, and the last time it was in a weird, distorted, auto-tuned voice. Then it showed the title card that said, Wubsy the Killer. Jeff the Killer! Then, that was strange, because Wow Wow Wubsy is a kid's show. You know what else is a kid's show? SpongeNob. Squidward committed die. I was freaked out, but I watched it. It started out with Wubsy in Widget's house, and Wubsy asked if she can come to his house. Widget said, lowercase, no. Here is when it's freaky. Yeah, thanks for telling me how I should feel. You should never freaking do that in a goddamn creepypasta, I swear to God. Why is it that all the creepypastas people love are the fucking worst? Wubsy gets mad and pulls out a gun. Yay, tense swap. Wait, what? He pulls out a gun. And I pull out my gun? Okay. He runs to Widget and puts the gun in Widget's mouth. Widget is in lowercase and there's no apostrophe before the S. He shoots and blood splatters on his face. Then Wubsy went to Walden's, no apostrophe, house and pulled out a knife. It then cut to black for 10 seconds. After that, it shows Walden's dead body close up, finally with an apostrophe before the S. The episode ended, and I realized it was shorter than most of the time. I then went to sleep hoping it was a dream. I woke and saw some news about the episode on some news channel specific. I stopped watching and forgot all about the episode and lived normally again. The categories are short but shit and delusional retard who should be in an asylum. There are some comments by a fandom user. Why do up space load this? Pulls tell me. Depressed chef says, I turned on my TV and Wubsy died at me! Exclamation mark. Connor the Hedgehog, which by his username he has no opinion, says, you have very English. Dr. DRT WO Brian Fan 19 says, why does Walden always have to die? Spurred Spadre 0777 says, so ... you just live normally. What the fuck? Fandom user says, yeah dude, it's just a weird kids show. I don't need to read comments. They They're almost as shitty as the story. This is Peppa Pig lost episode. Why? Um, one day I was with my brother and I asked him, "Hey, how about we watch Peppa Pig?" He agrees. No fucking way. This is they Jesus Christ. It's either this story stole text from the Arthur story or the Arthur story stole text from this story. New paragraph. Because we used to love Peppa Pig as kids. The good thing, it's that it's still on TV. But we never got see. It's just like that freaking Arthur story. The new episodes, because we got to new things like Dora the Explorer, SpongeBob SquarePants, and Thomas the Tank Engine. By the way, Peppa Pig is newer than all of those shows. Idiot. So we went to a DVD store looking for some Peppa Pig DVDs, but we couldn't find any. But luckily we did. But the case looked new, and there was a sticker labeled Peppa Pig Lost Episode. We then thought to ourselves, wow, an episode we haven't seen. So we bought it for $6.66. We were still confused. Then asked my brother, how can a Peppa Pig episode like this would be that scary? How can be a Peppa Pig episode like this would be that scary? Speak English. He replied, I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. So we went home, put the disc into the DVD player. Marvelous sentence. There was no main menu and the intro started, but it was very odd. The sky was black and the music was playing in reverse. Whoa! The title card with the words Peppa Pig was in blood red and Peppa looked normal. And it just stayed there. Oh, spooky ghost, ectoplasm. Then the episode started. The episode was just called Why? The house was on fire. Realistic fire. Yeah, it was just a PNG image of fire, not even moving. The camera panned into the living room. Jesus Christ. Which gets more worse. George, Mummy, and Daddy Pig all looked scared. One of the sharp wood from the house fell and landed on George's stomach with blood flying. My brother vomited on the floor, but we kept going. Yeah, freaking vomit from... Jesus. This is shit. It then cuts to outside. Yay, tense swap. Then, to our shocking surprise, the house exploded. Another test swap. There were no sign of fire trucks or ambulances during this. The dismembered heads of George, Mummy, and Daddy Pig are then seen flying. Then it cut to a hill with ... Oh my god! Peppa! Oh, she looked dead, in fact. ... She was dead. It went to static for a good 10 seconds. Peppa then appeared on screen looking very sad. Her dress was a dark gray. Her eyes were missing. She was covered in blood and was frowning. We felt really bad for Peppa. Peppa the killer? No. We took the disc out and smashed it to bits. We had nightmares from this, so after that I couldn't take it anymore, and I put all of my Peppa Pig stuff in the recycling bin. And since up to now, I never watched another episode of Peppa Pig again. So, the next time you come across this episode, don't watch it. Watch other things. It's for your own good. Oh. So, this goddamn story, or the other one, either one of those had the audacity to copy and paste the text from that equally shitty story and put it in their own story. Put effort into what you write! Alright, the categories are Foster trying to be good when it sucks enough to be a troll, of course. Pages with grammar that doesn't suck. delusional retard that should be in an asylum. What the fuck is this shit? Lost episodes, lost episodes, lost episodes, cliche madness, not cliche, and yet again, delusional retard who should be in an asylum. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is shit. On to the next story. Alright, this next story is called Bob the Builder, no space, lost episode. Alright. This is one giant paragraph, so yeah. I am a average 23-year-old living in Portland, Oregon in a small house. Alright, you're 23. Alright. There's two numbers in your age. Are you 2 or 3? Because those are the only numbers I believe are in 23 right now in this situation. I was bored as crap. I have nothing to... Tense swap, yay! I have nothing to do in my house and barely own anything. Well, that's no apostrophe, because I sold mostly everything I had at a yard sale because I make terrible profit. I make terrible profit of my job, capital, and I always wanted to go to a good collage, so I promised myself I would never pay more than $10 for another 3 weeks. So I drived and looked for some cheap crap. Most of the yard sales had some pretty good CDs. Like Lost, no space, Walking Dead, and Breaking Bad with whole seasons. But they were way beyond of what I had in stock. I saw a person standing up at a table, and I parked my car and saw what he had. The house he was selling at looked like a large wooden cabin, capital. Then I noticed he actually was selling a small TV and a disc for only $3. I was stunned when I saw that. Quotation marks. Who would sell a TV for $3 apostrophe S, I thought. Capital. And then I took a closer image of the items, and they were the same things I sold at my yard sale a long time ago. Jesus Christ. It's either this person isn't 23 or has the IQ of 23. I was curious and I bought the TV and the disc, and the tall man that looked like he was in his 60s gave me a smile. Not a thankful smile, capital, a smile that said, I'm glad it happened. No punctuation. I gave him the money, no space, capital, took my items to my house, capital, plugged in the TV. The TV had the same quality as before I sold it, and the disc I didn't recognize, but I looked and it looked like a regular disc that you're wrong, you're supposed to make something with. I sold those too. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. This story is just, oh God. Then I turned it over and it said Bob the Builder, written in black Sharpie. I put it in, and the happy, no space, jolly theme song played instantly. Nothing wrong at all, just the regular theme song. After that title card said working together, it sounded like an episode that would have already been made. But what do I know? Period. It started with Bob, lowercase, riding the tractor, but it wasn't the happy Bob the Builder most of us know, capital. It was just Bob the Builder with a blank expression on his face, running over dead flowers and something else I don't no apostrophe, no. He rode the tractor for 5 minutes. Then the tractor broke down and Bob looked very angry and his teeth were grinding. He just looked very pissed off. His eyes turned red. He walked out of the tractor, picked up the dagger, and stabbed it at least 500 times. The tractor actually started bleeding. He charged for the others' cars and did the same thing only more times. He saw children walk by to say hi to Bob and blew them up. Blew them up! Several exclamation marks. And hanged them by the eye on a cross and ate their organs one by one. The screen went black for 5 seconds. It went to a house, and Bob stared at the screen with with red eyes, smiling. Then he said in a very dark voice, "You're next." Wrong, you're, of course. Then it went black and did nothing else. I took the disc and took it to my garage and broke it into a million pieces with a sledgehammer. I had nightmares ever since. Till one day I was cutting meat for my dinner and there was a Bob the Builder doll with a knife in his hand. I freaked out and slit its throat with the knife I was cutting with, and nothing ever happened since. Then the next week I was stabbed in the heart. Alright, this one's a personal favorite of mine. Paper Mario Cursed Star. Oh, this starts already great. Lowercase, I have 2 ways of telling this story. The first is what really happened, and the second is a lie of what happened, but it makes for a better story. No period, new paragraph. Here is something to know about the person in this creepypasta. No period. Name, no space, and lowercase. Brody Smith, in parentheses, me. New paragraph. Age, 15. New paragraph. About them, no space. Loves creepypastas and ROM hacks, parentheses, space, and makes them, parentheses. Mr. Smith, next time you tell me bullshit, you're gonna have to owe me $5. Real story. Lowercase, it being that time of year, I got Paper Mario Sticker Star for Christmas from the eShop. My dad put it on a SD card to give to me because you can't, no apostrophe, give data. That being said, I put it in my 3DS and played it, and nothing was wrong at first, but I got the hammer after saving, parentheses, most the toads I know. That was not right, and after that all the toads that were stuck were gone but one. Oh my god. I read that whole sentence without punctuation. Alright, I need a breather. Lowercase, that toad being the one where he tells you what hashtag toad you saved him, but this time it said he died when I saved him, comma. Now this made me happy, not because the toad died. I felt sorry for him, but I was happy because this is a hack, and I love ROM hacks. Tense swap, yay. And because this is a new game, I loved it even more. I loved the fact that it was a darker Mario game, not too dark. And it made it fun up until I don't know. I had to breathe. I had to. That was like nearly 30 seconds without breathing. Maybe even more. I don't know know anything about it because I forgot about it and I wanted to, comma. All I know is that it was bad. I was going to record it, so I take out the SD card, not needing it anymore, and record, but nothing odd happened. But nothing odd happened. This made me mad and made me think I was going mad. But I forgot I took the SD card out. Then I knew the SD is why it acted the way I never put that SD back in, and it worked fine. I sold that SD hoping nobody find it. The person who paid for it on eBay was using it for a computer, and because I never found the hacked Paper Mario game on the SD card, I'm hoping the new owner never will too. That was an entire story, and guess what? It had only 2 periods. 2. That is a very good example of poor writing. Author, you are making my lungs suffer. My lungs feel like they're bleeding. When I was reading that shit, I felt like I was drowning. Alright, fake story. Oh my god, he copied and pasted the shit. No way. It being that time of year, I got Paper Mario Sticker Star for Christmas, formed the eShop. My dad put it on a SD card to give to me because you can't give data. That being said, I put it in my 3DS and played it. Nothing was wrong, but at first, and first is in is like first place first. But I got the hammer after saving most of the toads. I know that was not right, and after that all the toads were stuck, were gone, but one. That toad being the one where he tells you what hashtag what hashtag toad you saved him, but this time he said he died and he had blood everywhere on him when I saved him. Now this made me scared S triple starless. Oh my god. Freaking type in the word, you F star fucking cunt. But I had a need to play more, and I can't believe what I have seen toads with eyes cut out and enemies just giving up. Sorry, just giving up. Double space only to be killed in a way so bad I stopped even looking or trying to time it. It was bad, but it really got bad when it came space, no space. I forgot what it looks like and needed to. Yes, I acknowledge that the tense swaps exist. I just don't want to say tense swap every 5 seconds. And needed to know, and I wanted to record the hacked game, but the SD card was still in there. I record this game, but sadly when it got to it for the second time, it killed me before I even looked at it. In real life, my soul was put into a computer like place. My soul is still there, and am typing this with my soul. I will never truly die, and I hope happy my story never will. Alright, so this author actually got mad at one of the admins of the Creepypastas wiki for deleting the story, and there's a note at the end of the story that fur-bearing brick left, and yeah, I'm gonna read it just for entertainment. Fur-bearing brick's note. The author asked me why I added the bad tag to this. I replied that it had horrible spelling, capitalization issues, and bad grammar. I agree. He said he didn't see it. Sigh. Update. On February 1st, 2013, the author left this on the long-deleted articles talk page. Yeah, yay, I get it, I suck. Keep in mind, this was my first, as in first place, and it was not made to be good. It was made to be a test. Then why did you post that fucking abomination on the internet? I did not care about the story, but there will be more bad one you can tell me I suck at, and am sure it was called Paper Mario's Cursed Star. I think the admin is being a jerk. He also left this on Furbearing Brick's talk page. Lowercase, you sir are a jerk and thank you for posting it on Trolling Pasta. At least, no space, or at least is one word. I know how bad it is. And the admins here are jerks that need to die in a hole, but anyway, I was blocked for a week and had no way, as far as I know, I'm new here, to contact you like it said I can. Fur-bearing Brick responded Leslie, sorry, can't hear you over your ad hominem attacks. Blocked for a week, as per the rules. Next time, keep this rule in mind. This admin's a badass. Jesus. Yeah. Go Fur-bearing Brick. You're the best for deleting this piece of shit from the internet. Everyone give a round of applause to Fur-bearing Brick. Alright. Categories. True story. Pasta trying to be good when it sucks enough to be a troll. Mario. English class failure. I agree. All lowercase. Deletion log refugees. Wall of text. Wall of shit. And delusional retard who should be in an asylum. Oh my god. I can't agree less, man. Jeez. Alright. I guess I read a lot of stories. Most of them were like lost episode gaming pastas, but I will read more real life pastas next video, I promise. Yeah. There's actually this one I'm looking forward to reading. So, yeah. Have a nice day, and fuck you to whoever wrote Paper Mario Cursed Star. See you next video.
Nataji Coco!